Welcome to the M.O.V.E. Show. Release your junk and move into your destiny with Dr. Michelle. I'm your host, Dr. Michelle Barr, spiritual coach, counselor, and former crisis and trauma therapist. If you've ever felt like you might be the one standing between where you are and where you're meant to be, you're in the right place. Each week, I'll guide you with powerful teachings, tools, and techniques to help you clear, heal, and resolve what's keeping you stuck. This is your safe place to land and your next level upgrade. Let's release that junk and move. Make a decision, own it 100%, visualize it, and execute it. The M.O.V.E. Show starts now. I am going to tell you why you think it's not working, it doesn't work, or it doesn't work for you. These are always very common things that people bump up against when they start applying these universal laws and these spiritual principles to their lives, to their business, to their money, to their relationships, to their personal and spiritual growth and development. And I've done all of those things, and I'm here to talk to you about it. By now, I've been doing this show and creating these episodes, moving you through my entire M.O.V.E. move method process, and then building on that so you can go back and listen to all those episodes. But even if you've jumped in right here, you can start wherever you are. Some of you have been working with or hearing about these things for years. Others of you are new to it. I'm telling you, I saw a phenomenon way back when The Secret came out. On one hand, The Secret was a great first time that all these spiritual teachers really came into the mainstream and took this ancient wisdom and these spiritual principles and these universal laws and brought them into the mainstream. By doing that, they didn't fully go into all the nuances and the subtleties. And once I really got this down in my life, then I turned some years ago to working with the nuances and the subtleties. It becomes all about that. And I will tell you why. I was a therapist still, moving into having this business where I was no longer a therapist. I didn't know yet. It was coaching. I had a healing and wellness center. And I saw a lot of people first be very drawn and very pulled to The Secret and then say, it doesn't work. This is a scam. These people are liars, or it doesn't work for me. It works for everybody else. Why can't I have that? And we cover this every time we meet here and talk. And today I'm really going to talk to you about what happens once you first start doing this, because it sure happened to me and it sure hit me. And I had to learn, and now I turn around. I've walked through those fires and I can share it with you. I've coached hundreds of clients and thousands of students through this. So I want you to hang on, borrow my belief until you have your own, and have faith. There are reasons for everything that you think is going wrong. The biggest thing you should know by now with me is I don't want you to turn around and with charged energy and emotion start telling the story that it doesn't work or it doesn't work for you. That will just get you living in that story. That's really very important. If you can catch your stories as you go along, it's a huge piece of the work. So I would step in and start working with it and start living it. And I started manifesting some great things. Some would come in really fast, others would show up at a certain point in time. And I would get these one-offs, but what I also started doing was manifesting a lot of what I didn't want, because you're a powerful creator and it's on 24/7. It's on all the time. So you don't get to say, right now I'm manifesting and I'm in my right state of being and I'm in my right space and everything is great. And now I'm not, because I'm allowing myself to go into those lower frequency, lower vibration energies and tell my stories that are triggering and charging me. So just ignore all that. No, whatever is emotionally charged moves you into impressing that on the field and creating that in your world. This is the point where you start learning how to step into the frequency of desire and alignment and following that and holding that center. Do you know when you first step into something new? And I was just talking about this on a call with some other entrepreneurs last night. And there were a lot of ahas and insights going on because one of them said, I know it's just so uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable because you're not yet a match to it. I reframed that. And then they saw you're not yet a match to it. If you were, you would already have it. And the discomfort is within your control because it's managing your energy and letting go of what no longer serves you and letting go of those stories. Those stories actually create dopamine, and that's why we hold on to them. You tell people over and over, your girlfriends, your family, how bad your life is, how bad your husband is, how you can't find a relationship, how you never have enough money. You will start getting dopamine hits, and then your body and your brain want more. It makes you feel like you're doing something by getting incensed about it and upset about it. But what you're doing is creating and attracting more of it. So, this is about working with your state of being, with the frequency of desire and alignment, and finding every time you come out of that. And you will. At first, I'll be in the field and I'm really there and everything's working and opportunities are showing up and I'm saying yes as I know to do and I'm taking inspired aligned action and I tell my friends I'm riding the wave in the field. And then you come out of it. I feel when I come out of it, that's my responsibility then to manage and take care of so I can get back in the field. And you will learn to be there and do that and have it, that state of being for longer and longer periods of time. Then you can manifest this next level life by becoming the person who already has it. The more you are the person who doesn't have it yet, can't have it, won't have it, everybody else can have it but me. Why do I have to wait? Why do I have to suffer? You are not being and becoming the person who already has it. Really let that land. Are you tired of waiting for your desires to show up before you believe they're possible? Okay, you've got to manage that state of being. Are you saying that? I'm sick of this. I'm tired of this. Your brain and your body hear everything you say, and they don't know the difference between what you're imagining, what you're scripting, and what is really happening. What if the secret to getting what you want is becoming the version of you who already has it? It is, and that's managing your frequency, your vibration, your emotions, your stories, your state of being. What if it's not about chasing, but choosing? It is. Every moment there exists a choice point, and everything you say, do, believe, think, emote is moving you either towards or away from what you want. There is no neutral. And all of us are going to move away from what we want at certain times, but it's staying conscious and staying aware and staying in it. I'm talking to you about showing you how to collapse the timeline between where you are and where you want to be. There's all this in the middle, and you have to realize and recognize and know you have control over a lot of it because you don't manifest what you want. You manifest who you are. And it's time to become her now, to become him now, to become that person, that version of you now, because that version already exists in the field. You're not having to become someone different. This was a big one I had to get. I'm looking at these other people who are being who I want to be and doing what I want to do and having what I want to have. And I don't have to become something I'm not. And how do I do that and be it and have it? And I don't have to become something or someone different. I'm becoming the version of me that is being it, doing it, and having it. So this whole thing, awakening to you don't get what you want, you get what you are. The universe does not respond to your words. I've talked about this before. It responds to your energy, which is your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings, your words, your stories. The universe doesn't respond to longing, to coming from a place of begging, scarcity, lack. It responds to alignment. It responds to desire. There's a big difference between longing and desire. Wanting keeps you in separation. It signals I don't have. So also be really careful if you're working with your stories and scripting and even in talking to people, not saying, I want to have that. I'm going to try to have that. That keeps you in the wanting and trying. It still signals I don't have. You have to be declarative and commanding. Shift from wanting to being. Desire is a sacred signal to what already exists to come to you. It's not a void to fill. You don't wait to feel like her, this version of you, to feel like him. You choose to live as this person and this vision now, right now. One of the energetic laws is the law of assumption. There are many more energetic laws and universal laws than just the law of attraction. What you assume to be true begins shaping your reality instantly. And luckily, there's a buffer there because there's enough time between what you're putting out there to change it, to course correct. What if everything instantly came, all the great things you wanted, but also the things you didn't want? And that's what I had to learn because the better and stronger I became at this, I had to be impeccable with my energy, impeccable with my energy, because it starts happening so much faster, and impeccable with my word. I had to learn to get what I want now, which meant cleaning up a lot of stuff. Cleaning up when I was caught in the waiting energy and using a lot of language and emotion around that, shifting into embodiment before the evidence showed up, remembering what Wayne Dyer said. It is not, I will believe it when I see it, which is the way most of the world operates. It is, I will see it when I believe it, and I know that to be true. Embodying before the evidence showed up, you've got to break bad habits and patterns of reading the evidence and then building a story, especially once you've declared, commanded, made a decision, you're owning it 100%. And part of owning it 100% is not to start reading the current evidence and telling stories of what you're seeing. And then you're visualizing it 5 minutes every single day. And then you're taking aligned, inspired action, hopefully, as soon as it shows up. This is all very important and things that I had to learn, because you don't want to throw those other pieces. And you can do this as an experiment where you're working with it and you're putting something out there. And when everything comes back, it will show you both what you're already a match for. Great, I've shifted that. I'm good with this. And what you're a match for that you don't want. And then that shows you exactly where your work in the moment is. Once you begin moving from already having rather than hoping, you're living in the present moment instead of future casting or wallowing in the past. Neither of those serve you. You can vision from your future, but the key is to believe and know it is already yours. I had a coach share something so powerful. I have used it to really grow my business and my life over the past years now. I stood up in front of her. It was my time for the hot seat coaching, and I had a whole story, very emotionally charged. Here's what I did, and it worked, and then it stopped working, and I'm doing it, and it's not working. And look at all the things I've done, and why aren't they working? And she looked at me and she said, "What day is today?" And then she said, "What day was it 90 days ago from today?" And I told her, and she said, "And what were you doing that day, that week, and around that time?" Oh, I had taken time out of my business consciously. I had made a choice to come out of my business for a few weeks to spend time with my family, which is fine. You get choice, and it's a core value, and it's important. But what I want you to get is what you have right now, the evidence you're seeing is a result of 90 days ago. What you're creating right now that you're not seeing yet will show up. And once I saw that and I got that, it was like, of course, it wasn't my focus. I wasn't declaring, I wasn't commanding. I had a stronger overriding desire, and I made the most of it with my family. At that time, there was a small window of when we could do this, and we did something spectacular that I manifested by using these principles, taking my entire family on a cruise. So don't get caught up in this moment is not about what you're doing right now. That's why we do everything in 90-day sprints. If you go further than that, you've changed so much that whatever you're working on and creating and intending and declaring and commanding is no longer where you are. When I stopped acting like it was far away and started being the person who already had it, things moved fast. When I began moving from already having it, instead of hoping and wishing and wondering and whining and telling emotionally charged stories that no longer served me. Things moved fast. That is why, if nothing else, I teach you take aligned, inspired action after you do those other things. You set yourself up energetically, and then you take inspired, aligned action. Not just busy, 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 doing, doing, doing. The MOVE method in action, creating your now reality. Make a decision. Decide that it is yours now, not later. No if, when, then game. The universe does not play a when, then game or an if, when game. Drop the timeline and claim it. Own it 100%. Embody the energy of already having. Practice living from the frequency of it is done. Visualize it, see it, feel it, taste it, smell it, sense it, become it, know it. Use daily visualization. What am I doing? What am I thinking? What am I saying yes and no to? What am I driving? Where am I living? Who's in my daily life? What am I eating? Where am I traveling? Where am I working? Whatever it is, who's sitting beside me? Who am I talking to? What am I consuming? Then execute by taking inspired, aligned action. Take action from the opportunities that show up and say yes. And remember, they are going to seem uncomfortable, illogical, inconvenient, and often feel expensive. But that's part of what you got to work on is the money mindset. You take action from the identity of the person who already has what she desires. If I already had the clients, how would I show up today? If I knew it would work, what actions would I take? What opportunity am I saying no to right now because I'm scared, doubtful, second guessing? I don't want to spend the money. My husband said no. My family said you're crazy. If the relationship was already healed, what would you stop doing? And this is a whole nother show, but healing of relationships happened to me in huge ways across all of this. It is one of the things that will happen. So take a moment. If you can close your eyes or just listen. You can put your hands over your heart or just intend to come fully present. Where in your life are you waiting instead of embodying? What's one area where you could start living as if it's already done? One area, one place, one baby step can move mountains and create profound change. What is the aligned, inspired move in front of you right now? Because I promise you, wherever there is a desire, a way has already been made, and there is always a step forward from wherever you now stand. What is that inspired, aligned move that version of you would make right now? And your future self will thank the you now for doing it. I thank myself all the time when I do things I didn't want to do or was scared to do or doubtful or second guessing or questioning. And I really don't do those things anymore. And I say, thank you for doing that. Your next level life isn't coming. It's here. And the moment you decide to become the version of you who already has it, it's yours. It's yours. Breathe that in and let that land. Borrow my belief until you create your own. Stop talking about evidence that you're seeing that is not the full picture and not the true story. And if you want more help with this, on my website, I have resources for you, including my 21-day Move Forward in any area of your life course. It's in the giveaway on the show page. I urge and encourage you to go through it. It's 15 or 20 minutes a day. It begins the minute you sign up. It's my gift to you. Go to my website, michellebarr.com. I have a video series there. I have my YouTube channel. I have resources everywhere. So you can start pouring into yourself and filling yourself up with this instead of what you've been allowing to come in and work against you. And follow me on my social media, on every social media, whichever one is your choice. I'm there with daily spiritual strategy, speaking to your spirit, universal law, spiritual principles, manifesting your desires, and soul success tools. I want to tell you one more thing real quick about talking about little changes that have a profound effect. I have a client, as I was saying that, I thought of her. So that's why I'm going to tell you this, because she popped into my head. And she said, I know I need to meditate. I don't have time to meditate for an hour. I'm busy. I have health challenges. I have relationship issues, money issues. And I said to her, what if you just added 5 minutes? Because in her mind, I'm not doing it right. I'm not doing it for an hour or for hours and hours, because for the work she did, the spiritual work she did, that's what she thought she had to do to be good at it. And I said, just try it for 21 days, for 30 days. Add 5 minutes to your meditation. And she did. And it was profound in her life almost immediately, because it's the energy and the intention, the focus, the energy, and the intention behind what you are doing and what you are putting out there. So again, don't make any story. I'm not doing it like them, and I don't have the time, and I can't do it. That is the time you should be doing it. That is the time you should be putting into it, whatever it is. Whatever spiritual tools, fill your spiritual toolbox now. And I've got practical, spiritually rich tools for your transformation. Yes, you can get what you want now. My latest book is Loving What's Next. What you want can be yours now. It will take you through the entire process I use with my clients. Step into the frequency of desire and alignment. Manifest your next level life by becoming the person who already has it. You've been listening to The M.O.V.E. Show. Release your junk and move into your destiny. Catch us every first and third Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio. Don't miss a moment. Subscribe, like, and share with your friends. And let's keep the conversation going. Connect with me on social at Michelle Barr Coach. And if you're ready for your next step, grab my latest bestseller, Loving What's Next, at michellebarr.com. Until next time, keep clearing the junk. Make a decision, own it 100%, visualize it, and execute it. Until next time, remember to keep moving.